Mastering emotional management, psychological techniques. In today's modern society, where the pace of life is accelerating at an unprecedented rate and the pressures seem to be mounting from all directions, the art of emotional management has emerged as an indispensable skill. The capacity to effectively govern our emotions wields a far-reaching influence not only on our mental and physical health, but also on the quality of our interpersonal relationships and our overall life satisfaction. Here, we will delve into a comprehensive array of invaluable psychological techniques that can serve as our guiding compass on the journey to mastering emotional management. Self-awareness, the foundation of emotional mastery. At the very core of emotional management lies the concept of self-awareness. It is the ability to tune in to our internal emotional landscape with a heightened sense of attentiveness. This means being able to recognize in real time the subtle nuances of our emotions, whether it's the slow-burning anger that simmers beneath the surface, the gentle melancholy that washes over us like a soft wave, the nagging anxiety that gnaws at our peace of mind, or the exuberant joy that fills our hearts. A simple yet effective way to cultivate self-awareness is through the practice of taking regular emotional check-ins throughout the day. For instance, during a short break at work, we can close our eyes, take a few deep breaths, and ask ourselves, what am I feeling right now? By simply naming the emotion, such as, I'm feeling a bit irritable, we gain a sense of detachment from it, which in turn gives us more control over how we respond. Journaling is another powerful tool for enhancing self-awareness. By dedicating a few minutes each day to writing down our thoughts, feelings, and the events that triggered those emotions, we can start to identify patterns. We might notice, for example, that we tend to feel particularly anxious on Monday mornings before a busy work week, or that certain interactions with a particular colleague always leave us feeling frustrated. Recognizing these patterns allows us to anticipate and prepare for potential emotional challenges. Cognitive restructuring, transforming negative thoughts. Our thoughts play a pivotal role in shaping our emotions. Negative or irrational thoughts often act as a breeding ground for negative emotions, and by learning to restructure these thoughts, we can significantly alter our emotional states. Cognitive restructuring involves identifying and challenging our negative thought patterns and replacing them with more positive, rational, and balanced ones. Suppose we are facing a difficult project at work. Instead of immediately thinking, this is impossible and I'm going to fail, we can reframe the thought. We might tell ourselves this project is indeed challenging, but I have overcome similar obstacles in the past. I have the knowledge, skills, and support I need to make progress, even if it's slow. By changing our internal dialogue, we shift our perspective from one of defeat to one of possibility, which in turn reduces feelings of anxiety and helplessness. It's important to note that cognitive restructuring is not about denying or ignoring our problems. Instead, it's about approaching them with a more realistic and constructive mindset. By challenging our automatic negative thoughts, we can break free from the cycle of negative emotions that often accompany them. Mindfulness, embracing the present moment. Mindfulness has gained widespread recognition in recent years as a powerful technique for emotional management. At its essence, mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, without judgment. When we are mindful, we observe our thoughts, feelings, and sensations as they arise, without getting caught up in them or reacting impulsively. Meditation is one of the most common ways to practice mindfulness. During a meditation session, we sit quietly, focus on our breath, and when thoughts or emotions inevitably arise, we simply acknowledge them as passing mental events and gently bring our attention back to our breath. Over time, this practice helps us develop a greater sense of equanimity and the ability to respond to our emotions in a more measured way. Mindfulness can also be integrated into our daily activities. For example, when we eat, we can practice mindful eating by paying attention to the taste, texture, and smell of our food, as well as the sensations in our body as we chew and swallow. When we walk, we can focus on the movement of our legs, the feeling of our feet touching the ground, and the sights and sounds around us. By bringing mindfulness into these ordinary moments, we become more attuned to our emotions and less likely to be overwhelmed by them. Emotional expression, finding healthy outlets. Expressing our emotions in a healthy way is an essential part of emotional management. Bottling up our feelings can lead to a buildup of stress, which can have detrimental effects on our physical and mental health. On the other hand, expressing our emotions inappropriately, such as through anger outbursts or excessive complaining, can damage our relationships and further exacerbate our emotional distress. One of the most effective ways to express our emotions is through communication. Talking to a trusted friend, family member, or therapist can provide us with a safe space to share our feelings and gain perspective. When we talk about our emotions, we not only release the emotional tension, but also have the opportunity to process our experiences and gain insights into our own behavior. Creative activities can also serve as powerful outlets for emotional expression. Painting, drawing, writing, music, and dance are all forms of creative expression that allow us to channel our emotions into something tangible. For example, if we are feeling sad, we might write a poem or paint a picture that captures the essence of our emotions. By expressing our feelings in a creative way, we can gain a sense of release and even transform our negative emotions into something beautiful. Setting boundaries, protecting our emotional well-being. Setting boundaries is an often underestimated but crucial aspect of emotional management. Boundaries are the limits we set for ourselves in our relationships and interactions with others. They define what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior, and they help us protect our emotional, physical, and mental health. In our personal relationships, setting boundaries might mean saying no to requests that make us feel overwhelmed or uncomfortable. For example, if a friend constantly asks us to do favors that take up a lot of our time and energy, we have the right to set a boundary and say, "I'm sorry, but I don't have the capacity to help you with that right now." In a professional setting, boundaries might involve setting clear expectations for our workload, our working hours, and our interactions with colleagues. By setting boundaries, we communicate our needs and values to others, and we create a sense of safety and respect in our relationships. When we respect our own boundaries, we also send a message to others that we value ourselves, which can lead to healthier and more fulfilling relationships. Conclusion. In conclusion, emotional management is a multifaceted and ongoing process that requires a combination of self-awareness, cognitive restructuring, mindfulness, emotional expression, and boundary setting. By incorporating these psychological techniques into our daily lives, we can develop the skills and resilience needed to navigate the ups and downs of life with greater ease and grace. It's important to remember that mastering emotional management is not a destination, but a journey. There will be times when we stumble and fall, when we struggle to manage our emotions effectively. But each experience, whether positive or negative, provides an opportunity for growth and learning. With practice, patience, and perseverance, we can become more emotionally intelligent, better able to handle stress, and more capable of building strong, healthy relationships. So let us embrace the challenge of emotional management and embark on this journey towards greater self-awareness and emotional well-being.